Hey everybody, this is Dave here at Pulp Alley, and today I want to share some ideas with you about free stuff. How can you get started playing Pulp Alley for free? Yes, you can. Even if you're a longtime player, you ought to make sure you watch this video because you might learn about some free stuff that you didn't know was available. Plus, you can share that with your friends and help them get started into Pulp Alley as well. So, I guess the big one is the free Quick Start Guide, and there are 3 places that you can find the Quick Start Guide. I guess the first one would be our Pulp Alley homepage, just pulpalley.com. And then the second one would be over on the store. If you go to the Pulp Alley web store, you can find, if you go to the specials column, you can find a bunch of free stuff there as well. And I guess the third place is over on Facebook, on the Pulp Alley Players group, and you can go over and check out the files on the Players group, and there's a lot of cool free stuff in there as well, even more than you'll find on those other 2 places. So definitely go over and check out the Players group. So you know about the Quick Start Guide. That is, it's something like 25 pages or so. It's actually fairly beefy for a Quick Start Guide. Doesn't have a lot of fluff in there. It's really just about getting you started into playing the rules. It doesn't have everything, right? It doesn't have the vehicle rules. It doesn't have rules for mounts. It doesn't have rules for creating your own characters, which is part of the normal Pulp Alley rules. But it does include a couple Pulp Alley leagues, and I think it has 1, maybe even 2 scenarios in there. So definitely a fun little pamphlet to download, print it off, and give Pulp Alley a try. So the next thing that you're going to want to do is download the free fortune deck, and we have a free fortune deck, the full deck, the deck that you really play the game with. And you can download that from the same places that I just mentioned, the pulpalley.com, the store, and the Players group. Now, I know that there are folks out there, especially if you don't live in the States, the shipping is so crazy right now that even if you bought the game or even if you bought the full game download, you're going to still want to go download that free fortune deck because that's almost always going to be part of what you're going to want to play with. The other thing is that you can get for free is the solo deck. The solo deck is also the complete solo deck is a free download that you can get off of all 3 of those places that I've already mentioned a couple of times. So if you're somebody who's going to do a lot of solo games, you definitely want to download that solo deck so you can kind of get a feel for how it works. And then there's also the horror deck. The horror deck is also the core, like 50 some odd cards in it. Horror deck is also a free download, so you can download it, cut out print it out, cut out those cards, and create your own horror deck. So if you want to use the horror rules, then that is available to you. You don't always have to use the horror deck when you're playing Pulp Alley. You only use that if you're playing stuff that is monstrous or if you're playing in a horror setting. Normally, a lot of times, you're not going to use the horror deck. Just like the fortune deck and the solo deck, you're only going to use one of those at a time. If you're playing solo, then you use the solo deck. If you're playing co-op or with another player, then normally you're going to use the fortune deck. Let's see. I guess that is about all. I just want to say that we've been doing Pulp Alley for about 10 years now. It is not our flavor of the month sort of thing. It's what we do. We're lifelong fans of the old pulps and the old serials. And when we talk about pulp, we're talking about a big genre. We're talking about horror and westerns and war tales and sci-fi, just all kinds of stuff, pirates and swashbuckling and on and on and on. To us, pulp isn't just the 1930s. It is a big set of genres or set of settings. So you can play just about anything. You'd be hard pressed to not be able to use figures that you already have. You know, that would at least get you started in getting the figures on the table, moving them around, looking at the rules and seeing, you know, hey, is this something that we want to play? And we're so confident in our game that, you know, we believe that if you give Pulp Alley a try for free, you're gonna wanna keep playing it. And we do have a lot of stuff available for Pulp Alley. Like I said, we've been working on it for over 10 years. So yeah, you know, there's a lot of stuff. There are campaign books, there's the characters book, there's the scenarios book, it is what we do, and we support our game because it's what we really enjoy playing. We still, to this day, play at least one game of Pulp Alley every week. So I hope you all get started. I hope you have a lot of fun. Be sure and reach out to us if you have any questions or suggestions. Hit that like button. Get subscribed to our little channel here, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.